Hi YouTube, my name is Minty. Welcome to the channel. Today's video is going to be my tips for you on your first Whatnot stream as someone that has just had their first Whatnot stream this past week. I made a crucial mistake on my first stream and that mistake cost me about 15 hours, so I'm going to tell you guys how to avoid it. First and foremost, if you're interested in selling on Whatnot, I would recommend it. Now, let me give you a couple key points. One, Whatnot is a phenomenal platform to move smaller items, bulk items, $1 to $5 items, etc. Higher items can also be moved on Whatnot, higher priced items, but just keep in mind, if you auction them, especially when you're starting and have a small audience, there is a great chance that you will lose money because you won't have enough people in there to bid appropriately. So when you're starting, I recommend setting a pile aside that you're willing to let go at dollar starts. Dollar bids will get you a phenomenal, will get you a large amount of audience because a lot of people like to be able to bid on things, and a dollar start is a great entry point. In a separate video, I will also be going over shipping profiles. Shipping profiles are a big deal, especially when you're selling smaller ticket items. A great example is when I set up my shipping, initially, everyone was paying a flat $5 fee for the shipping, and maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. But what I found is that when someone just wanted to buy a dollar card and they had to pay $5 shipping, it just did not make logical sense. So I discovered how to do plain white envelopes for items under $20 for items under a certain weight. I think it's under an ounce, but I will make a separate video on that. But when you're starting, set up PWE in your shipping settings and familiarize yourself a little bit with the shipping profiles. 3, when you're doing your first stream, if you use my seller's code down below, I get a small kickback, but the most important part is this is a safety net because you will be getting a $150 match from Whatnot on your first stream. What that means is if you sell $150 in things, Whatnot will give you another $150 once they confirm you've shipped them out. This is what allowed me to comfortably hop on to Whatnot because initially, my first stream, I would have lost a good amount of money, but because of their match, it helped offset some of the mistakes and learning curve that I had to learn. So I think that's a phenomenal way to get people started on Whatnot by limiting and mitigating their risk on their first stream. And it's really awesome that Whatnot's doing that. So if you'd like to give Whatnot a chance, you can below. My code is going to be below. If you register with it, it will allow you to do so. Now, what was that fatal mistake that I made that cost me 15 hours? I did not number any of my orders on my first stream. My first stream, I was really anxious, didn't know what I was doing. And although Whatnot, when you try streaming, it'll actually have a little rehearsal. So you're basically like you're reenacting what a stream would actually be like, but no one is watching, but it allows you to learn a little bit about the platform and how it works. So my mistake was I started getting a lot of people in there and I wanted to keep the auctions going. So I forgot to number things. I didn't think it would be a big deal. I heard Whatnot had video receipts and I could look back. What ended up happening was I was having 5-second sudden deaths, and in those 5-second sudden deaths, I wasn't writing the numbers down, and some of the 5-second sudden deaths weren't selling. So what ended up happening is once I recapped the stream, I could not tell who bought what on a lot of the smaller ticket items. The bigger items, that wasn't an issue because the receipts actually worked well and I was interacting a lot more. But on those 5-second sudden deaths, when they were moving so fast, and I didn't say the person's name who won it because it was just going so fast, or I didn't say, oh, this didn't sell, I was not able to fix that. And so what I ended up doing is reaching out to a lot of customers that did a lot of smaller ticket items, and I said, hey, I messed up here. I think I got your order correct. I sent you some freebies. If it's not, and it's, you know, and you'd like to discuss this further, reach out to me. So that is what I did, and that is how I overcame it. But that doesn't stop the fact that that 3-hour stream, I had to rewatch it nonstop for about 15 hours because on my first stream, I had 167 sales, if I remember correctly. I'll put the actual number here. And we sold over $1,200 in items, and Whatnot matched 150 on top of that. It was awesome, and this was my first stream ever, and that is super exciting. And I'd like to let you guys know that I didn't do anything special. I just set up my stream, I went at it, I was really anxious, and I just said, let me give this a go. What's the worst thing that could happen? And lo and behold, it actually worked out really well. And the next 5 streams that I've done after that, I've been implementing new models, trying new strategies, new shipping strategies, etc. And it really, really works. Love that Whatnot allows you to have a safety measure by matching your first $150 in sales. So if you sell something for $1 and you're only getting 50 cents, Whatnot matching that dollar, now you're getting $1.50 on an item that you might have lost money on your first stream. Now you're not going to lose money on it. Once again, guys, I really do recommend you try Whatnot. I was anxious, I was really indecisive, but I regret now not having started earlier because I see the big potential in this platform, especially as a seller. One of the big key features for me is once I've sold 1,000 items and I maintain a 4.8 or higher review rating and have done 10 streams, Whatnot is gonna instantly give me payouts. So instead of me waiting until the shipment arrives, such as like platforms like eBay, they're just gonna pay me right away. And I could continue reinvesting that money to continue furthering my future streams without having to wait for that cash flow. That in itself is an awesome measure. Not only that, but every stream has been fun. Every stream has been exciting. I've been able to talk and connect with people, and everyone's been super friendly for the most part. So if you're debating about it, just give it a shot. All you need is your phone, a marker, sleeves, and you can start with your personal collection. I wish you guys the best of luck. If you have questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. I will read and respond to everyone. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Minty. I'll catch you guys in the next video.